open to questions, interactions, any doubts, anything that you did not understand. You want me to repeat something?
There are two people who have. Can I request Sana or Keto to kind of unmute people who have raised their hands so that they can ask their questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, surely, sir.
Yeah, hi, this is Satish again. Amar, I have a YouTube channel in the name of Satish on Wheels.
Okay.
So I create videos on places related to accessibility and something whatever related to disability. So I need a suggestion or doubt. So whenever I make videos, so I wanted to add captions or subtitles, whatever it is. Okay, but my language will be sometimes in regional language, sometimes will be in English. Okay, so how to create first generate the complete content on it. Then how can I change it from Tamil to English? Because while I give narration or whatever background voice, whatever it is, so sometimes I speak in Tamil, some words will be included in English. So how to make it? Because manually type the complete video text will be difficult. So how?
Mute my audio now muted.
Satish, I think the challenge is that regional languages mein captions are not really supported right now.
Okay.
That's a challenge. So I would suggest instead of captioning, if you could look at generating transcripts.
Okay.
That could be a better option, but I'm not even aware of the tools that can automatically generate transcript for regional languages.
So transcript, you're saying after I upload on YouTube or before that?
So when you upload the video on YouTube, you can put the link to access the transcript in the description of the video, and that transcript can be hosted, let's say, on a Google Drive or something else.
So for the sorry to ask this again, I'm zero on this. How to generate the transcript? So because I use a software Filmora to edit the videos. So and finally I upload on YouTube.
Unfortunately, Satish, because your video has regional content also, you get the transcript manually. You can look at few softwares that are paid ones, जो automatic speech recognition पे काम करते हैं, and you may try. I think you can, you can try those. But again, the challenge is regional content के लिए there are no softwares.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, as of now.
Yeah, as of now, correct.
Thank you. Because I wanted to add the captioning in there.
Your voice is breaking now, sir. Hello.
Finding it difficult to give it output because in none of my videos I'm not able to do it except one of the videos which I took time manually to type as a subtitles inside the video itself and upload.
Okay, next question. There are a couple of other people who want to ask questions, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Sachin
thank you, Satish.
Sachin Hazare can take his time.
Okay, Sachin Hazare.
Sachin Hazare.
No, while is there anybody else apart from Sachin who has raised his hand?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, my question is...
just mention your name once.
Sachin Hazare.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, my question is, sir, जो कैप्चा आता है, sir, कैप्चा. Sir, why are read?
Why are?
Sir, हम कैसे read कर सकते हैं उसको?
Captcha के लिए the only way you can deal with right now is that the developer itself needs to provide you alternative means to solve such captchas. Right now होता क्या है कि captcha only image form में दिया जाता है. They also need to give you either audio description, and I don't even advise audio description. They need to provide either text-based captcha or even smart captcha. देखा होगा, verify you are a human. Just tick the box and you're good to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, there are no tools right now which can solve captchas.
एक्चुअल में सर उसकी जो वॉइस होती है वो क्लियर नहीं होती सर, जो ऑडियो वॉइस आती है.
So this is a development problem. This is not something which is in our control, Sachin.
Okay.
It's like, the labeling, when buttons are not labeled, when there is these captchas, these are all issues of access which is still unresolved.
Exactly.
सर why are क्यों कैप्चा क्यों दिया जाता है सर साइड में?
To make sure that the wrong person is not. कभी काफी machines भी bots BOTs होते हैं ना, robots, they also access the internet. So when it is a bank account or something, you don't want somebody else's robot getting into your bank account and taking money out of your account, right? So to make sure that you're human, and so that's why they kind of make sure that the captchas are there.
Hackers भी चाहते हैं आपका सिस्टम को हैक करना. Hackers also try to manipulate your system.
Yeah.
Cyber threats होते हैं इतने सारे. Worms होते हैं, Trojans होते हैं, malwares होते हैं, which can impact your system. So just to protect from them, also captchas are introduced.
सर my next question, सर आप ने जवाब नहीं दिया सर मुझे.
ये लो विजन और टोटल ब्लाइंडनेस का फर्क क्या है?
यस नहीं सर, उसका मतलब क्राइटेरिया क्या है?
क्राइटेरिया तो आई थिंक लेस देन 200 अगर आपका साइट है, which is I don't know how much in terms of calculation.
सर एक्चुअल में मेरे साथ अभी एक प्रॉब्लम घटी है. रेलवे में मेरा मेडिकल जो था 80% का था. तो उन लोगों ने मुझे ब्लाइंड कैटेगरी में, मैंने लो विजन पे क्लिक किया था, तो उन लोगों ने मुझे कहा कि आप ब्लाइंड कैटेगरी में आ रहे हो तो इसलिए आपको ज्वाइनिंग नहीं दी जाएगी. तो इसलिए मेरी ज्वाइनिंग रोक दी सर रेलवे ने.
तो ब्लाइंड कैटेगरी में कैसे आया?
सर एक्चुअल में मेरा मेडिकल 80% का है सर. तो वो लोगों का कहना है कि भाई आप
लो विजन सिलेक्ट किया था ना अपलोड करते टाइम.
हाँ सर.
तो उनकी गलती है.
नहीं तो सर वो लोग ये जा रहे हैं कि वो बोल रहे हैं कि 75 से जो 80-100 तक जो आते हैं वो ब्लाइंड कैटेगरी में.
That is wrong. They are persons with severe disability, but they are not blind.
चाय मिलेगा, दूध पिएंगे तो टाइम 7 बज रहा है ना
भाई. चाय मेरे लिए भी अपने आप को प्लीज म्यूट कर लो.
तो सर इसके लिए मुझे क्या करना होगा सर?
I think this is something you'll have to take it up legally, to be honest. इसका कोई solution नहीं है. And Railways unfortunately is not being very cooperative for people with disabilities.
तो सर मुझे कोई रास्ता बताइए, क्या कोर्ट केस किया जाए?
You can speak to Mr. Rumta. He would be the best person to advise you on this.
आप इस वक्त आप कहाँ से बोल रहे हैं? कौन से शहर से बोल रहे हैं सचिन?
मध्य प्रदेश, भोपाल.
तो दिल्ली में जो NFB का जो सेक्रेटरी है मिस्टर संतोष कुमार रोंटा, हाँ, उनसे आप बात करो.
Because he is also dealing with multiple other, काफी सारे बहुत सारे और issues भी हैं वो रेलवे के जो solve करवा रहे हैं, तो he should be able to help you.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Thank you.
There was one more question which we said that we'll take towards the end of session, and I have forgotten that.
That was that.
वो था सर, प्रूफ कैसे करते हो आप कोर्ट में? सॉरी फॉर द इंटरप्शन.
हाँ, एविडेंस कैसे प्रूफ करते हो? So sorry, I didn't understand the question clearly. Evidence कैसे प्रूफ करते हो मतलब?
No, as a blind lawyer, how do you present your evidence? That's what he wants to know. Is that correct? This was, I think, Javed or Muhammad Javed or something. उनका
See, again, in courts, या तो आप ब्रेल यूज करके आप पढ़ के बता सकते हो जज को कि क्या है क्या नहीं, या फिर आप लैपटॉप लेके जा सकते हो and you can use the laptop. आपको of course उसके लिए कुछ permissions लेनी पड़ती हैं presently. So if you use that also, then you can read it on your system and then convey what is there. But you need to understand that clearly. जैसे अगर मान लीजिए ग्राफ है या विजुअल कुछ है, तो somebody will have to describe it to you so that you can describe it appropriately in the court. Are there more questions, sir?
Yes, sir. I have one question. 2 questions.
पूछिए. आपका नाम बताइए और फिर पूछिए.
My name is Ashutosh Singhal. सर माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज सर, जैसे ये थोड़ा रिलेटिव नहीं होगा इस टॉपिक से, पर जैसे एक दैनिक भास्कर न्यूज़पेपर है, वो उसका जो ऐप है, वो सॉफ्टवेयर जो वेबसाइट है, वो काफी न्यूज में वो इनएक्सेसिबल है। जैसे कि वो सिर्फ विजुअल इमेज देता है, कुछ न्यूज के अंदर टेक्स्ट नहीं देता है। मैंने उनको कई बार लिखा इस बारे में। एक बार तो डेवलपर का, जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम लिखा था, डेवलपर का फोन आया, उसके बाद उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया। और मैंने उसके बाद कई बार लिखा, पर उनका कोई रिप्लाई भी नहीं कर रहे, ना कुछ वो रिस्पॉन्स दे रहे हैं। तो मुझे इस कंडीशन में क्या करना चाहिए?
आई थिंक आप एक लीगल नोटिस भेज करके उनको, उसके बाद में चीफ कमिश्नर ऑफ पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटीज के आगे फाइल कर सकते हैं। सो आप एक काम करिए, missionaccessibility@gmail.com, MISSION@gmail.com पे ये चीज मेल कर दीजिए। हमारी टीम का कोई भी वॉलंटियर आपसे बात करके वी कैन टेक इट फॉरवर्ड।
ओके सर, मेरा सेकंड क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे अगर हमें किसी साइटेड को ये समझाना हो कि आपके ऐप के अंदर
कैन यू रिपीट दिस? हेलो।
मिशन एक्सेसिबिलिटी, MISSION@gmail.com।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
अगर हमें ये बताना हो कि आपके ऐप के अंदर ये इश्यूज हैं, जैसे कि मैं ओला पे फीडबैक दे रहा था कि जो आपके जो सपोर्ट टैब में अगर जाएंगे तो वहां पे जो लेबल्स बटन है वो लेबल नहीं कर रखे हैं, वो सिर्फ प्लेन टेक्स्ट होता है। तो मुझे समझाना नहीं आ रहा था, मुझे पूरी तरह से समझाना नहीं आ रहा था, और वो समझ में नहीं पा रहे थे, तो ऐसे कैसे समझाएं?
आई थिंक इसके लिए जरूरी ये है कि उनको कुछ कॉमन एग्जाम्पल दिए जा सकते हैं। जैसे अभी क्या होता है, आप किसी फॉर्म को भरते हैं, ऑनलाइन फॉर्म को, तो जब फॉर्म वैलिडेशन करते हैं, मान लीजिए वो जब चेक करता है कि सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन सही भरी है या नहीं भरी है, तो कई बार जो गलत फील्ड होते हैं, या जैसे मान लीजिए ईमेल के फील्ड में आपने मोबाइल नंबर डाल दिया, तो वो उसको कलर से हाईलाइट करता है। तो ऐसे एग्जाम्पल अगर आप देंगे तो उसको समझ आएगा कि कलर जो है एक पर्सन विद ब्लाइंडनेस नहीं देख सकता, तो हमें वो इन्फॉर्मेशन कन्वे भी करनी चाहिए। इसी तरह से बटन जो है वो विजुअली तो दिख रहा है कि वो क्या है, लेकिन क्योंकि सोर्स कोड में उस बटन का नाम नहीं लिखा गया है, इसलिए मुझे अब एज अ ब्लाइंड पर्सन मेरे सॉफ्टवेयर के माध्यम से नहीं पता चल रहा।
सोर्स कोड?
हाँ
सर मेरे पास दो क्वेश्चन और है, सॉरी सर। कि सर जैसे मैंने आपको वेबसाइट ही बताया, कुछ चीजें हमें बता जाती है इनएक्सेसिबल है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको उसके बारे में बताया कि फोटोज है वो हमारे लिए इनएक्सेसिबल है, पर हमें वो सारी चीजें नहीं बता लगती कि वो एक्सेसिबिलिटी में पार्ट में आएगा नहीं आएगा। जैसे न्यूज पढ़ते हुए हम न्यूज को खोलेंगे, फिर वो न्यूज खुल जाएगी, मतलब वो सेकंड पेज में जाएगा, पर जब हम उसको बैक करेंगे तो वो शुरू फिर से टॉप पे पहुंच जाएगा, वो उसी न्यूज पे नहीं आएगा। पर ये थोड़ा हार्ड हो जाता है कि बार बार उसको यू दबा के मतलब जो हमने अनरीड करना है वो उस पे जाए। तो ये
वही अगेन, क्योंकि कंपनीज एक्सेसिबिलिटी प्रोसेसेस फॉलो नहीं करती, तो द कंटेंट बिकम्स इनएक्सेसिबल। तो ये चीज डेफिनेटली एक्सेसिबिलिटी में ला सकते हैं कि जहां पे आपका फोकस लास्ट था, आपका फोकस वहां जाना चाहिए, कहीं और नहीं जाना चाहिए।
पर उसके लिए फिर वो एग्जांपल पूछते हैं किसमें है, अब कौन सी कंपनी कर रही है, तो इसके लिए क्या आंसर दे सकते हैं हम उनको?
न्यूज कंपनीज में एग्जांपल इंडियन में तो मेरे को कोई ध्यान नहीं है, फॉरेन कंटेंट का हम देख सकते हैं, शायद मे बी गार्डियन या
No, this is what you're looking at, an accessible news app, is it?
Yes.
I think the Hindu is quite accessible.
But does it retain the focus? If you go to some other item and come back, does it bring your focus back where you left off from, or?
That I don't know.
That's what, which is why.
Yeah. But among the Indian newspapers, I find the Hindu accessible. I don't know about the others.
ओके सर, मेरा फोर्थ एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, वो भी थोड़ा मतलब इससे रिलेटेड नहीं है। एक आपके मतलब आईवे पे एक वेबिनार हुआ था जिसमें आप 3 आए थे, एक तो आप आए थे, एक राहुल बजाज सर आए थे। राहुल बजाज सर का एक मैंने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे मैसेज देखा है कि वो शशि थरूर जी से मिलने वाले हैं। मैं कंफर्म करना चाहता हूँ, ये मैसेज फेक है या ओरिजिनल है?
एक्चुअल मैसेज, रियल मैसेज है।
फेक नहीं है.
Okay, oh, that's only I wanted to know.
हाँ,
Thank you so
yeah,
much, sir.
yeah. Last question सबसे आसान था. Okay.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Yes, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Sultana here. I'm from Chennai. Actually, the session was very enlightening. I just want to ask you something about accessibility.
Sure.
When we explain accessibility to a developer, how do we explain? Because who's not aware of accessibility, how do we explain to them in their terms to make a particular website or accessible?
To speak to a developer, you need to know a little bit of their language. So, for example, if you tell them that your coding needs to be semantically correct, that is something they will understand. So, for example, saying that each image should have alt tag, all form elements should have clear labels, validation errors should be conveyed in textual form, not just in colors. Things like that. And again,
Plus, I think you should also say that if you're talking about vision impairment, you just say that I navigate through the website or the app using tabs and arrows or individual gestures. So we move one step at a time, and every step has to be described. So, so I think many developers don't recognize the fact that blind people navigate the screen using the keyboard, while non-blind people use the mouse or the marker.
Okay.
So that is something which many people don't understand. So I think that is the first thing you need to explain.
Correct. Okay. And ultimately, you can always tell the developer that we can connect you with accessibility professionals who can give you more understanding of the problems.
Yeah, sure. And one last question I want to ask is about launching a career in social media. As a person with vision impairment, to what extent the possibilities are, and are there any specific courses or anything that
sorry, what?
The question is
making a career in social media, like
as a visually impaired people.
Yes, as a visually impaired person.
If she wants to start a career in social media, then who can actually meaning who can
what
are the resources available?
So when you say career in social media, what type of career in social media? You mean, like an influencer or something like that?
Influencer or Instagram marketing.
Digital marketing, basically.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, there are companies, but the challenge honestly is that being a visually impaired, creating content which is digitally appealing and continues to be, kind of, this is a bigger challenge. For example, if you were to create a video which is visually appealing and if you have visual issues, then it might be tough for you to understand whether the camera is aligned properly or not aligned, or whether the video is coming properly or not coming. So long as if you can take care of those aspects, then it's all about promoting your brand in a right way, using right techniques, etc., so that you can become a big influencer.
And the other thing is, if you are part of a digital marketing team,
correct,
you could be, as a blind person, contribute by way of being a content writer, and maybe you could be using platforms like Twitter, where there also now there are a lot of visuals coming in, but you can use Twitter. There are also audio social media platforms like Twitter Space. There is Clubhouse. Now, these are also platforms which are relatively new, and I think there's a lot of traffic going in there as well.
Correct.
So you could be exploring those platforms, but I think you need to do a little more research and study on this, The social media itself there could be several dimensions which might be restricted for you.
Quite vast.
Yes.
So and if you're offering your services to somebody, then you might be restricted. But if you're doing social marketing for your own self and for your own marketing or whatever, then I think there is a lot that you can do using the limited, within the limitations that we operate in.
Yeah, and you can also look at, there are a couple of digital marketing courses nowadays that you can go through, and that will give you an insight on how you can promote your own content on social media.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are there any more questions?
May I proceed? I'm Parthiban.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I need a small brief of that color. You have mentioned the color transcription of color contrast. Yeah.
Color contrast. Okay.
Because in my I'm basically a medical background.
Okay.
So I was till now I have rejecting some openings due to that color variations only. How to handle this, because in medical background color is more important to describe the diagram, anatomy and physiology. So I find some difficulties through explaining that. Can you just
you
give
are
some
not able
brief?
to recognize colors? What's the problem?
Yes. Recognize how to recognize the color in the video. Now we have told now that auto analyzer, I think so. A color contrast analyzer, correct?
Yeah.
Just give me a short description of 3 to 5 lines of the color description.
See, using the right color combination between the foreground and the background is important.
Okay.
And also making sure that your color contrast meets the minimum ratios that are set in WCAG. So if it is any user component or a functional element, interactive element, that has to have the minimum ratio of 3:1. And for any other content, it has to have the ratio of 4:5:1. And the best way to analyze whether your existing color combination meets those ratios or not is to use color contrast analyzer.
Color contrast. But we have to ensure that these colors are meeting these ratios, correct? Yes. Before after uploading also we have to check, and we can ensure that
when you're uploading itself, you can check what is the color that is being used and whether it is meeting the ratio.
And in that audio transcript, it will tell the color, correct?
No.
Description. Audio description.
Audio description will describe the color.
Describe. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so that because I want to convey my it will be conveyed to my students. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Amar. Thank you.
Amar, question to you.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to the area, the business of color, do you think the Be My Eyes as an app can be used?
Sir, I have recently faced problems.
Sorry, Amar, we've lost you.
Your voice is cutting. Yeah, your voice is cutting down.
Yeah, we have lost Amar.
Oh.
Mantralaya?
George, can you come up with the question again?
Yeah, there is an app called Be My Eyes.
Be My Eyes. Okay.
Yeah, B-E-M-Y-E-Y-E-S.
Okay.
Be My Eyes.
Right.
Now, Be My Eyes is basically connecting blind people with volunteers across the world.
Okay.
So, for example, if I'm going to a shop and there is a rack, these days it's all self-service. So when I'm in the front of a rack and I'm looking for toothpaste, for example, there are many tubes there.
Many tubes. Yeah, many brands will be there.
Yeah. So if I activate Be My Eyes, then the volunteer actually, the camera you point to the shelf, then the volunteer will read out what is, you touch and say, okay, what is this? Then the volunteer will tell you that's Colgate. and then when you show the label, he will read out what the label is.
It's like a scanning.
No, using the camera. The volunteer is then helping you, kind of telling you what's on the shelf.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm dressing up in the morning and I want to know what the color of the shirt and pant is, then if you call up Be My Eyes, the volunteer will tell you, okay, this is a white shirt, this is a blue pant, or this is a black pant, or this is a gray pant, and whether it'll match or not. It will tell you. You want to look at the currency notes and want the person to tell you what's, or you want something very urgently to be read out of a visiting card. So then again, the volunteer will read it out. So it basically is an app which connects you with a volunteer who can visually kind of guide you.
Okay, here I am going to just getting into a much problematic example. Okay, four colors. I am dealing with anatomy and physiology. Okay?
Yeah.
A human. In that, I have got into circulatory system. Means artery is a vessel which is carrying oxygen, and vein will carry deoxygen.
Okay.
So in this subject, the oxygenated vessels will be in blue color, and deoxygenated will be in red color. So if I am uploading a video or something with this colors, because in our human body it will be having arteries and veins, how it will be described? Like you told now, my eyes will be telling what is in the shelf. I here need particularly I am pointing out some artery, and the artery will carry the oxygenate. That will be in blue color. How it will described in the audio description? Yeah, like I'm pointing my arrow or something, or like that.
Yeah.
Can you understand?
So you are teaching people in a classroom. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to touch and point out that this is blue and this is red. You tell them, if you tell them that in the place where you're seeing the blue color, that is the veins carrying the oxygen or whatever, and where you're seeing the red, so you can use the color to communicate to your audience as to what it is. So, but you have to make sure that that picture is what you're talking about is on the screen at that time. So for that, you can caption the the picture, and so JAWS or NVDA will tell you what is on the screen, what slide is on the screen.
Yeah, correct. The slide will show.
Yeah. So that's a little different from our topic, but yeah, you will have to kind of work out for your lecture. For your lecture.
I can understand, but I will work on it.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sir, हाँ तो ठीक है, बता देंगे. ऐप डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा ना.
Okay, so I think we have lost Amar. So what is the time, Keto?
So my internet got lost in between.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
I'm right, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
Sorry,
it's 6:56.
Yeah.
6:56. So in 4 minutes, I think we should wind up. So if there is any last question, we can take that question and we can close.
Sir,
Sure.
yes, I have. Sir, it is also.
Who's this?
Related near Asto Single. Sir,
no, one sec, Asatosh. Before you ask your question, is there anybody else who has not asked a question who has a question? Because you have already asked us 4 questions. Right, Asatosh?
Yes, sir.
So if there is anybody else who's not had a chance, let us first hear from them.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
सर गुड इवनिंग सर. अमर जी नमस्कार. मैं नीरज बोल रहा हूँ जबलपुर से, और मैं नवोदय विद्यालय में यहाँ म्यूजिक टीचर हूँ
जी.
और सर ये एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जवाहर नवोदय विद्यालय, आई होप यू नो. तो इनकी वेबसाइट जो है जवाहर नवोदय विद्यालय समिति की वेबसाइट है
जी.
तो ये बहुत इनएक्सेसिबल है. मैंने कई बार लिखा और रूंगटा जी के थ्रू भी मतलब हमने कन्वे किया उनको अपने हेडक्वार्टर में. और इनकी एक और वेबसाइट है आई कनेक्ट. तो 2 वेबसाइट इनके थ्रू मतलब कई सालों से हम लोग लेटर भी लिख रहे हैं और रूंगटा जी के थ्रू भी मतलब ये बात पहुंचाई है और हमारे ऑफिसर्स के थ्रू भी कई बार, लेकिन उन्होंने कुछ भी मतलब रिप्लाई भी नहीं दिया, ना कुछ उस पर काम कर रहे हैं, डेवलपर तक
सर
भी
अगर
बात
नहीं कर रहे
पहुंचाई।
तो फिर हम उन्हें लेके जाते हैं रेलेवेंट स्टेट डिसेबिलिटी कमिश्नर के पास, बिकॉज लॉ का प्रोविजन है कि आपको एक्सेसिबल बनाना है, और अगर नहीं बना रहे हैं तो इट्स अ वायलेशन ऑफ द लॉ अल्टीमेटली, तो हम वो कर सकते
और
हैं।
ये अक्रॉस द मतलब ये कंट्री ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जवाहर नवोदय विद्यालय संगठन, इसका हेडक्वार्टर दिल्ली में है जी।
हाँ तो आप
तो
वही missionaccessibility@gmail.com पे एक बार मेल कर दीजिएगा और हमारी टीम डेफिनेटली इसको पिकअप कर लेगी, कोई इशू नहीं।